Hi guys, Nick with Friction CrossFit. I'm here to go over another workout with you guys. So for today's workout, our strength is going to involve either a kettlebell or a dumbbell. We want to get some resistance training in. If you don't have either of those objects at home, you're going to want a small heavy object, or a 2-gallon jug of water works great. It's what they use on a lot of the CrossFit models for at-home training. So that would be a great option as well. You will need that not only for strength, but our warm-up as well. So go ahead and grab that object and we'll get rolling. Up first, your warm-up. You have 4 rounds. You're gonna do 5 per arm on a bicep curl with your dumbbell or your 2-gallon jug of water. And then you have 5 push-ups, 5 per arm on a handstand shoulder tap. We have some modifications there if need be, and then 5 squat jumps. So let's go through those movements. As far as your bicep curl, you're gonna grab that dumbbell or kettlebell or 2-gallon jug. Elbows gonna stay locked in the side. We're gonna pull that arm up, come back down. So we'll hit all 5 there. Another alternate version would be a hammer hold. Same movement, just different position. Might be easier with that 2-gallon jug. Once you've done 5 on both sides, then you have 5 push-ups. Normal standards there. We start shoulders over the hands. We're gonna lean slightly forward as we come down. Shoulders and chest touch the ground. Press out, get a full lockout at the top. So we'll hit 5 of those. Then you have 5 per arm on a handstand shoulder tap. So for this one, if you're in a freestand or against the wall, you can also do a wall walk up to get upside down. Once we're there, we're just gonna lean to the hand that we're keeping on the ground. As I pull that hand in, I'm gonna tap the same side shoulder. I'm gonna lean to the other side and tap that shoulder. If you're not comfortable upside down or you don't have that kick up quite yet, that's okay. We're gonna go to a plank variation. So for that plank, we'll go down to our normal plank position. And again, we're leaning and then tapping the shoulder away from the side we're leaning. So I'm just going back and forth. I'm gonna get all 10 reps in, 5 per arm there. And then we're gonna finish it off with 5 squat jumps. In that squat jump, normal squat standards, I'm looking to squat or feet shoulder width. I'm gonna push my hips back and downward. I'm gonna break just below the top of my kneecaps, and then I'm gonna explode upward enough to just leave the ground. It's not about height, but you do wanna get some power involved and leave the ground on those. So to do 5 of those squat jumps, and you're gonna go through that one 4 times. When we're done there, we're gonna hit some mobility. For today's mobility, you have a minute per side in lizard and an overhead stretch. For that lizard, we're gonna go into a deep lunge. We're down on our hands, they're right by that front foot. Want that shin nice and vertical. You can also sink down to your forearms depending on your mobility. We're gonna get a stretch in that hip flexor on the long leg, as well as we're gonna feel that in our hips and on the inside of that thigh there. Once you're done with the minute on both sides, you have that overhead stretch. If I had a wall right here, like corner of a wall, I'd have my arm up straight, and I'm gonna lean into that, past that wall, really pull that shoulder back and stretch that out. Again, we'll do a minute per side on both of those. After your mobility, guys, we're gonna go into strength. Today you have 5 rounds on strength. You're gonna do 5 per arm on a bent row with a 5-second hold at the top, followed by 10 overhead tricep extensions. Again, dumbbell or kettlebell is gonna work great. Otherwise, that 2-gallon jug of water is gonna be awesome as well, and it'll allow you to get some resistance in today. So let's talk about that bent row. We've got that dumbbell in hand. We're gonna go to a hinge position. So my back's nice and flat. I don't have to be all the way down parallel, but I've got a good lean forward. Arms extended, I'm gonna pull that in and come back down. Now for today, when you pull in, you're gonna hold for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then come down. That's 1 rep. You're gonna do that 5 times. Try to keep that back nice and straight. Especially while you're holding, you're gonna feel that body wanna rotate. Stay squared up on this one, and you wanna tap that rib cage, and that's where you're looking to hold. We don't wanna get a lot of rotation going, so make sure you're locked in with that core. After that, we've got that tricep overhead extension. So you've done 5 on both sides with the pause. On the overhead, we're gonna hold it above our head, think elbows by the head. I'm gonna extend backwards, and then I'm gonna press up. If you notice, my arms aren't coming forward. I'm gonna press straight up, and I'm just locking out the elbows there. I'm gonna really focus on that tricep strength portion. So you'll get 10 there. Remember, there's no pause on the tricep, just on that bent row. We'll go through that 5 times, get that strength work in today. And then guys, your WOD. This one's called Lanky Kong. It's all about handstand walks pretty much, but you have 3 rounds and you're gonna do, you have a 2-minute AMRAP on all 3 rounds followed by a minute of rest. So you're looking for consistency between your rounds when you have multiple AMRAPs like that, as well as that rest gives you a moment to recharge and make sure each round is max effort. So for this WOD, you have 5 tuck jumps followed by a 10-foot handstand walk. For that tuck jump, kind of think of like a box jump. It's a great way to think about what we're trying to accomplish with a tuck jump. Big thing is getting up and getting our feet up like you were jumping on a box. So you don't have to squat all the way down, just enough to get off the ground and pull those knees to the chest. Again, I'm right here, pull the knees up right into my next one, and I'm just pulling those knees up for that tuck jump. As far as standards today, RX, you're looking to do that 10-foot handstand walk unbroken. If you fall before the 10-foot mark, then you need to go back to the start. Recreational, the movements are all the same, the distance is the same, but this time you don't have to go unbroken on your handstand walk. At any point, if you fall, you're gonna kick right back up where you fell, and you're gonna finish that walk out. And then as far as lifestyle today, we're actually gonna replace the tuck jumps with just an air squat. So again, normal standards, we talked about with the squat jump for the warm-up, but remember feet, shoulder width, keep that chest up. I'm gonna drop all the way down to good depth and come back up. Again, you're just looking for consistency between your rounds, and it is only 2 minutes, so this should be a max effort for all 3 rounds because you get that minute rest between each round, as well as your score is going to be distance today. So you really want to get through that as fast as you can on the tuck jumps, and then we're going to do handstand walks while that heart's elevated. So we want to really work on that skill work while we're taxed. So keep track of your rounds, write them down every 2 minutes. That way you can calculate how far you walk today. It's a good chance to really test our handstand walks today. And then finally, guys, your rent today is going to be 3 rounds. On these 3 rounds, you're going to do a 30-second hollow hold followed by a 30-second arch hold. So let's cover those again. For that hollow hold, feet, toes are pointed, legs are straight, low back's on the ground, shoulders off the ground though, arms are overhead, and we're locked in here, and we're just going to hold for 30 seconds. After that 30, you're going to flip on over for arch. Remember, legs are straight, toes are pointed, arms are off the ground, arms are straight overhead. Squeeze the glutes, keep our feet together. And that'll be your arch rock. So again, 3 rounds on that, guys. Hit 30 seconds on both. Just alternating back and forth, rest between movements as needed. And that's it for your workout today, guys. Go get after it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.